20. I'm going to fail. I am not going to be able to get the At first it was like really funny, but now I'm really edgy about it. It's still kind of funny when you're really trying to complete it. I even made my own version, so if you want to send me a friend request, you can try out my version. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a save. Nope. Right. What happened? Goal is to try to get a car and then drive it up there and then try to jump in the door. Oh! That's probably the best tactic right now, but for now I'm gonna keep it. After this I'm gonna go check. We're gonna go check out my armor. Of course, this bomb is I'm waiting for a vehicle to get stuck so I can drive it up there. Oh my god. That thing didn't work. No. Hopefully you guys can hear me very well. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm building it now. What are you doing? Bro. I just want you to know. If you're watching, if the guy who's making this, I hope you know. If you're watching this, I just want you to know. This is actually practically impossible. This is almost impossible as like I was saying. This is almost impossible as the scissors definitely. Oh my god. The ice is what makes it difficult. Like if it wasn't so freaking ice, this would be like, oh my god. You have got to be kidding me. That's not even funny. If I get hit once, spit on it. Two. Yes. Perfect. It's like a big gorilla taking all your dreams away from you. Ow! Oh god. How is that funny? I'm back to telling the truth here. You won't. You won't. You won't. Yeah, so far. Oh my. Hold on here. Yo, how? Okay. Brad Pitt is good. No. Yes, dude. Ironically enough, this happened to be in my You know what? Oh my god. That is impossible. It's impossible. No, wait, no, it's not. Yo, that's scary, dog. I'm gonna wait for the next car to come by. And oh! Brad Pitt is ugly. Oh! You have no idea. Make the car stop. Yo. Yo, yo, that's crazy. Oh. Yo, you bum? Oh my god! You make me sick. I think I know what to do though. Oh, well, what do you do? Yeah, I'm gonna steal that. You let me down. No, don't go there. Yo, if you don't move. Are you serious? Ugh. Yo, how is this actually possible? Okay. I see how it is. No. No. Oh my god, that is... You know what? You're an actual suspect. Not great. Yo, that didn't touch me. I'm one shot. Found out what was in the box. Yo, that is probably the luckiest. Doesn't get me. No. If I make this, Obamacare is a scam. If I don't make this, Obamacare is a scam. No, you're an actual suspect. Oh my god. I can't wait. Yo. Okay, what is this stupid thing? Boy or girl?
The single most common question I get asked is, are you a boy or are you a girl? I would imagine they would have something to do with that. It's really hard to tell what you do. It's how you know you look. It's not an insult to you. It's just hard to distinguish what you do. The simple answer is no. Oh, that's gonna be good. Let's hear it. But then the response after that is usually very confused. What? So here is the explanation. I am not binary, and
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I hate feminists. Are you suspect? Yo. Oh. How? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, non-binary is not a thing. No, it's not. No, it is not. Yourself is boy or girl. Dink or cupcakes, alright? No copyright claims. This video is by John Burke. There seems to be less traffic on the website. Nope, no we're gonna have No. No. This game is so stressful. You're a suspect. I hate it. You're a girl. You're a girl. Oh, you're a suspect. Oh! Yeah, can you launch me like up there? You're a suspect! Are you that didn't even touch me. You idiot. Gender and I'm not. This is a debate really makes me very sad. There are only two questions. There are only two genders. Period. All right. I don't care if you're a feminist. Obama. I don't respect Obama anyway. But I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think. There are only two genders, and that's it. Transgender, I identify as I will identify you as what you are now. I won't identify you. Yes, you are transgendered, but I will identify you as what you are now. The past is the past. You are no longer a boy. This game is absolute suspect. If you are go from a boy to a girl, I will identify you as a girl. If you change from a girl to a boy, I will identify you as a boy. But you are still identified as transgender. Alright, it's time to show mine. Alright. There's no such thing as binary full. It's get ready for the lag. If there is a penis-vagina hybrid, let me know. This is mine.
And I would say that those parameters for gender would...
Okay, are you boy? Are you girl? Are you suspect? It's like... Oh yeah, I forgot about these. If you change your sex because you wanted to be a certain sex or gender or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Back to this. That's what you wanted to be identified as. So I will identify you as that. You can't just change your sex because you want attention. That, oh, I'm transgender. No. A person who actually wanted to change their sex would be identified as a person that could change their sex too. But, like, if you pay the money, if you're spoiled and you pay the money for the surgery and you take the time just to be able to say that you are transgender and not constantly have to do relationships. Hi man, how may I help you? It's Sir ma'am, not man. I'm transgender. I won't like you. You're not. You're just. Like, it's. Yo, what? But anyway, I will address you as you are. If you are very feminine, long or short hair, I will address you as a woman. If you have the bone structure of a woman, I will identify you as a woman. If you have a vagina, I will know that. Maybe I will identify you as a woman. Just like Glenn Quagmire's mom. I identify her as a woman. Oh wait, his dad. Quagmire classifies his transgender dad as his dad. But anyone else would classify it as a woman. You know? Like, you change your sex because you wanted to be a woman or a man. And so, if that's what you wanted, then you will be classified as what you wanted to be. You know? Like, but you made that decision, and you have to pay the so-called consequences by not correcting people. Just oh, I'm transgender. No, you will be classified as what you will be classified as. It's what you wanted, and that's what we did. Oh yeah, speaking of feminists, you're calling men sexist, but you're being sexist yourself by claiming that every man in the world is abusive. Crap. We're not living in the 50s anymore. video is by Dr. Shane. Yeah, and if you're a feminist and you hate men so much, be gay for all of you. And nobody will judge you. People will judge you for being a feminist because nobody likes them. Feminists like them. No, feminists don't even like feminists.
circumstance, because that is what humor is supposed to do. Humor at its best takes the elements of the world that are dark and horrible and shows you their absurdity. It shows you the absurdity of the human condition, and that is important.
Better social conditions do not talk openly and honestly about their feelings, which I'll talk more about later. And that's why we cultivate a sense of humor. The only way we can really talk about the things that upset us is to do it through the filter of comedy. But women have the privilege to not be subject to such social conditioning, and so they don't feel the need to cultivate a sense of humor.
Guys,
And that's why women in general aren't as funny as men.
Oh.
That's not to say that all men are funny or that all women are unfunny. It's just that in general men are funnier than women. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Also, no, I really don't point out that you're funny. And it's not because you're a woman. Just judging by how you look and talk, I'm willing to bet that your sense of humor boils down to saying something rude and then following it with just kidding. I mean, I'm not the funniest person in the world, but if you think of yourself as the funny one, you probably lack the ability to realize that everyone else in your circumstance probably thinks of you as the annoying one.
Oh.
Actually, I'm not.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with people when we hook up? 9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Probably because you do shit like text us 50 times in the space of 1 hour and slash our tires when we dump you after you accuse us of cheating. You saw our sister's name and now call me. Also, what shit could you possibly have to do with your eyebrows to the point where they're so unnatural that we don't have to use that they look drawn on?
Oh.
More filthy sweaters by a television to watch a movie or write more names because you're so lacking in self-awareness that you can't do yourself.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Go ahead and sleep with as many people as you want. I don't give a shit. But once again, I don't know anybody before. The only time I would care is if I was dating you with 20 other guys before I met you. I would naturally assume that there was something wrong with you. In so many relationships have all male, not to mention the fact that you're substantially more likely to be an STD. And I think it's perfectly reasonable for a woman to view men who have slept with a lot of other women the same way. Also, who's congratulating you sleeping around? I don't see any guys walking around with trophies and fucking men. It's not like having sex with easy women is some kind of achievement. Furthermore, I would say that most media portrays men who do that as assholes, looked at with contempt. I mean, Glenn Quagmire isn't exactly as a model citizen.
There, Glenn Quagmire.
The majority of people who sleep with are other women. Maybe you should be recognized as men, not men.
Why do you consider a woman a cheat if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 days, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first day?
Consider a man a douchebag if he doesn't call you back 3 days after you desperate if he calls you the next day.
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
I don't know anybody who thinks it is yes. Also, there's this notion that all men are protected, which simply isn't true. I already talked about this in my other video, teach men not to rape. Moving on.
Why do you think that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Maybe if feminists argue with logic and evidence instead of feelings, people would
Then justify catcalling by saying men should be able to help themselves.
I've never been against it. I have heard women say,
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
why do you think that to like want your body?
Oh.
Hysterically crying because I had and a man came up and was like, hey, what's up? Like, why are you crying? Can I talk to you? Like,
So when the guy came up to me, did you judge his intention?
I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm staring at the time holding flyers and saying, this is cat.
Wait, that's how you were doing because you were crying.
No, he was saying cat. It was like a, hey,
What
it's
if
my
you
truck.
like, hey, pretty lady, why are you crying? That's not the right time.
You're not entitled to my time, honestly.
You're an idiot.
But it's different than saying that to get my number. That's different than him coming up and saying, what's wrong? I'm going to see the cat around. I'll let you know. Like, that's a different thing. Well, it was, a liar. It's what had happened.
A girl crying on the street. She might have just lost her parents and has nobody. I shouldn't go up to her.
She doesn't know you. She doesn't know you.
Well, we're humans. We care about each other.
Of course, but you have to understand what you come off as to women. They don't know you. It's like if a brown bear came up and said hello to you. Like, you just have to, like... Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
So you're portraying all men as dangerous. That's what you're saying.
Nightclubs. You know, the type of guys who go to such clubs for the specific purpose of meeting women and who read books about how to be a pickup artist. Maybe you wouldn't be getting dick pics from them.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to
Because you're defending your sister.
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting?
Make it sound like the only people who have ever interrupted you are me. I smell contradiction vibes. Hey, have you ever stopped to think that maybe people interrupt you because they realize you're talking shit and wasting time after only 2 sentences?
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open? I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Maybe that's because your boobs don't get squished between your arms when you stand normally with your arms down by your side. His balls are literally between his legs. He squished him and put his legs together. It's not exactly a natural comparison. Furthermore, why do you complain? So you complain about women taking up too seriously?
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex? Even though we literally burn watermelons through like this.
Because physical strength is nothing to do with. Women are, in general, not as physically strong as men. The average man is about 50% greater upper body strength. I'm sorry, but that's just simple. There's also the fact that men are, by and large, once you go to war and fight and die to protect you, men are the ones who work in dangerous jobs which make a comfortable lifestyle in the industrialized world possible. Historically, men are also the ones who have gone out into the unforgiving wilderness to kill dangerous animals so ungrateful, entitled women like you can eat. You, as a woman, are substantially less likely to die during daily activities, and you don't have to worry about being called a deadbeat. You're not like women a factory or field for the benefit of others. Nor do you have to worry about being told you don't have a real job because you work with computers or with chemicals in a safe, clean environment. Women work soft, cushy jobs compared to men, and that's why women make up 47% of workplace fatalities, despite making up 47% of workers. That is why you are perceived as the weaker sex. If you don't want people to see you that way, then get out of your comfortable air-conditioned studio and go work on a crabbing boat or in a coal mine. You're always complaining about employment discrimination, so go ahead. Take the dirty...
Well, I mean, generally speaking, like back in like the very back then, like BC times, men were the ones going out and doing all the stuff, and then the women didn't do anything. But nowadays, there's lazy women and there's women who actually do work. There are women in the military that go out and fight, and they're strong. Before I get any further, I will say a woman can be strong, but don't be masculine. Don't have shoulders as broad as Dwayne Johnson's. That's not healthy. Anyway, yeah, let's see.
dangerous jobs that show us all just how strong and tough you are. And look, I don't begrudge women for working jobs that don't put them in danger, and I will say that my job isn't particularly dangerous. But if you're going to sit there and act like women are stronger than men just because you can give birth, something which you have a 0.0002% chance of dying from if you live in the United States, and that's up from 15 years ago, then you can fuck right off. By the way, passive kidney stone hurts more than giving birth. Any woman who has experienced both will tell you that, and men get them more often.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
Feminists like you tell us we're misogynists for you to complain about our problems. Since you're not a man, you don't have even the slightest inkling of what's like to be a man. Let me spell it out for you. Boys are so lazy. From the day we learned to talk to non-express feelings, we were brought up constantly being told to man up and that boys don't cry. We don't have the privilege of showing our emotions because if we do, it's seen as a sign of weakness. And simply us men are programmed to believe that our own feelings are invalid, and so we hide them and we lie about them. We are raised to expect that if we tell you our feelings, you will shoot them down. You will tell us we're wrong for feeling the way we do. And even if you don't, we still don't want to tell you our feelings because we know you will use them against us. You're probably thinking that you don't do that, but you do. You do it all the time and don't even realize it. Ask yourself if you have ever had fun with one of the men in your life and you told them if you were a real man, if you ever have, then you have done exactly what I'm talking about. See, no woman has ever been told if you are a real woman, you wouldn't feel this way. Women have been cultivated and coddled. You're not only allowed to lie, you're expected to, and when you do, people around you give you sympathy and you are comforted. You are so used to getting sympathy that you feel entitled to it. Men don't have that luxury. A man fully expects to be looked down upon and told that his feelings don't matter because it's a sign of emotional weakness, even by the people he loves most, because that's what he has experienced over his entire life. And you wonder why the suicide rate of men is 4 times higher than it is for women. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that the social always so certain that the world revolves around you that you believe that when a man is acting like a man, that he must be trying to prove something to you? Like he couldn't possibly be acting like a man just because he's, you know, a fucking man? Why are you constantly trying to prove your femininity to me? How about that?
Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
It's also considered not gentlemanlike to curse. Swearing is generally considered rude, regardless of the gender of the person who's doing it. Personally, I don't give a shit if you use profanity, go right the fuck ahead. And when did words get gendered? I guess right around the time the word feminist was invented, which is itself a gendered word. I mean, the invention of feminism is when everything suddenly became gendered. Like when you assert that interrupting people is somehow a uniquely male behavior, or that only women get told not to swear.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Maybe if false rape accusations weren't systemically encouraged by feminism, we wouldn't have a problem. Notice how the question is phrased. To doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped. The more salient question would be, why do you doubt women who claim to have been sexually violated or raped? And the answer is because we have this thing called the presumption of innocence. That means a person who is accused of a crime is innocent until proven guilty. So it's not my first instinct to doubt, it's my moral imperative to doubt until evidence is forthcoming. You wouldn't put somebody in jail just because somebody accused them of murder, nor would you put them in jail just because somebody accused them of theft, nor would you put them in jail because somebody accused them of any other crime. So why should accusations of rape be held to a different standard?
That's how Matt Lauer got fired. You know why? Because of feminists.
This really isn't a difficult concept to understand.
Matt Lauer is a happily married man. Why would he be sexually harassing a woman? Like, who are you? You brought down the Today Show because of your dumb feminist ways. You should be ashamed of yourself. He was a good man. He was the reason people watched the news, or he's the reason that people watched the Today Show.
And it both baffles me and disturbs me how often I see feminists failing to grasp this. For people who claim to fight for social justice, you really don't understand how justice works, do you? See, a man who is accused of rape will have his life ruined. That's not even only if he is convicted. The mere accusation is enough to cost him his job, his relationships, his educational career prospects, his home, his reputation, and so on. If a woman wants to ruin a man's life, all she has to do is accuse him of raping her, and he will be put through the ringer by law enforcement and the media, and even if he is found not guilty, the damage will have already been done, and the woman who made the false accusation will get away scot-free. Really, it astonishes me that even after what happened at Duke and the University of Virginia that you're still asking this question. Furthermore, feminists have abused the word rape to the point where it's lost all meaning. Everything is rape. It's gotten to the point where if a woman claims she was raped, I have to wonder if she means a guy actually forcibly put his penis in her, or if she had consensual sex and just decided to call it rape when she decided she regretted it the next morning, or if she's feeling the plain bad guy looked at her and claimed that she was rape is something. It's rape if a man changes positions during sex without forcing. It's rape if your boyfriend breaks up with you because you cheated on him. It's rape if you overhear somebody calling somebody else a slut.
I got raped when my mother called someone else's daughter a slut.
Really, it's your own damn fault that people are becoming increasingly reluctant to believe rape accusations because you have expanded the definition so broadly that nobody even knows when you're really talking about rape anymore. You did this, you asked for it, and now you have buyer's remorse. Now let me pose a question to you. Why is it your first instinct to doubt when a man says he was sexually violated or raped by a woman?
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Because women get angry when they're on their period. It's a scientific fact that the hormonal changes a woman experiences during her period cause her to become irritable. This is called premenstrual syndrome, or PMS. However, I don't always assume a woman is angry because she's on her period. If your boyfriend thinks that, maybe it's because you're not being straightforward with him and expecting him to be a mind reader. Maybe you should try telling him why you're angry. Ever thought about that? Ever thought about simply telling him that you're mad that he ate the last Klondike bar or whatever trivial bullshit you're getting your panties in a twist over? You should be able to just figure it out. You should be able to figure out the answers to these stupid questions you're asking.
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? You can say the same thing about your dick size.
You actually answered the question yourself. We consider it false advertising for the same reason that you think a man who stuffs the crotch of his pants is false advertising. If you cover all your pimples and scars with makeup, you can't really be surprised when you have that but you don't really know what you did when you first met. I mean, wouldn't you feel like you were lied to if you met a guy who looked well-dressed and drove a nice car, but then you found out he got his clothes at Goodwill, and you rented that car with his Burger King salary?
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Wasn't it a room full of old white men who decided the Roe v. Wade ruling? You know, women have had the right to vote for almost 100 years now, and polling data has found that women are more likely to vote than men. Yet, these old white men keep getting elected. And I see a lot of you people supporting Bernie Sanders even though he looks pretty fucking old and white to me. Go figure. Furthermore, why does it even matter that they're white? Why does the melanin level matter more than the merit of their ideas? Wasn't it Martin Luther King Jr. who once said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character"? For as much as you people like to accuse others of being racist, you sure do judge people based on their race a lot. Oh, but it's not racism when you do it because of power structures or some other mental gymnastics bullshit, right? As if whether or not the prejudice somebody is being subjected to is institutionalized makes any difference to them when it happens. Fuck off. Racism is racism regardless of who's doing it to whom. Calling it something other than racism doesn't change the fact that's fucking racism, and the only people who think otherwise are racists like you. This mentality that only certain people can be racist hinges on the categorization of people based on their ethnicity and the ascribing of attributes to them such as privilege based on those racial categories. You have to make judgments based on race to make this argument work. You have to make assumptions and generalizations about their race in order to make those judgments. So you have to be racist to use this argument. How do you not see the problem with this? How do you not see the problem with putting people's race before the merits of their argument and categorizing people into a hierarchy of consideration based on their race? How the fuck do you expect to fight racism with racism and then expect people to take you seriously? Maybe this is the reason why you think that if somebody thinks you're stupid, it must be because you're a woman. You're projecting. You judge other people based on their race and gender, so you assume other people are doing it to you. Well, I've got news for you. I don't think you're stupid because you're a woman. I think you're stupid because you're stupid.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm getting off topic. It's not like they don't also tell me what I can't do with my body. For example, I can't take the palm of my hand and slap some sense into you without being considered assault.
You have a concern? Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Why are straight women so obsessed with gay guys? Or better yet, why are women so obsessed with lesbians? According to Pornhub search data for 2014, the number one thing women searched for was lesbian porn. Proportionally, women look up lesbian porn more than men do.
How does it feel to get kicked in the ball? Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
You're the ones dressed like a lumberjack. To answer your question, no, not really. It comes naturally to me since I'm, a man. The fact that you're asking this question implies that you sometimes get tired of being feminine, so do you ever get tired of being feminine all the time? Is that why you dress like a lumberjack? Would you like to be a man? Well, you have to pass the test first. Have you mastered the art of manspreading? Have you completed your 40 hours of brain training?
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
I'm not. You are. What I'm afraid of is gender inequality, which is what feminists are actually pushing for. You want examples? In 2005, Swedish politician and co-founder of feminist initiative Gudrun Schyman proposed what the media called a man tax, which would have raised taxes for men in Sweden, basing it on the idea that all men should be held accountable for all man-on-woman violence. It should be noted that Schyman was convicted of tax evasion in 2004, a year before making his proposal. In 2010, women's group leaders in Israel have unanimously opposed changes to rape laws that would make it possible for women to be convicted of rape. They succeeded, and now women in Israel who commit sex acts on non-consenting adults or children who are not old enough to legally give informed consent are not actually charged with rape, and are instead charged with lesser crimes. In 2013, Indian feminists successfully pressured the Indian government to rewrite rape laws in such a way that only men could be charged with rape. In 2014, Jessica Valenti published an article in The Guardian advocating paying men less than women. In 2015, York University planned to hold an International Men's Day meant to highlight issues affecting men and boys, such as the high suicide rate, shorter life expectancy, and struggles faced in getting an education. It was canceled after feminist students, staff, and alumni protested and held a petition to ban it, which received almost 200 signatures. To add insult to injury, Holly Babster wrote a condescending article on the independent.co that came why we don't need an International Men's Day. You can claim the definition of feminism as advocating gender equality all you want, but actions speak louder than words. And it's really hard to believe that the feminist movement is really you dismiss anyone who brings up men's issues as misogynist. You say all men are rapists. You try to ban men from certain places on college campuses. You actively fight against fathers' rights, undermine the presumption of innocence when it comes to rape accusations, and you deny statistics about male victims of domestic abuse, as well as protest and disrupt conferences about male suicide.
Why don't you pay less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
After I finished writing my answers to all these questions, I actually counted them and realized there are only 33 questions instead of 36. I just naturally assume these 4 questions are actually one and answer them as such, but no. BuzzFeed actually considered this compound question as a bunch of separate questions in order to bolster the account for the deceptive clickbait title. Like it wasn't bad enough that they're already Anyway, this has been pointed out countless times by countless other people, but the wage gap is bullshit. And when I say it's bullshit, I don't mean that it doesn't exist. I mean it's bullshit because of the way it's presented. The observed wage gap is based on comparing the average income of men to the average income of women without considering any variables. Sometimes when the wage gap is brought up, they add women get paid less for the same jobs, but that's horseshit. Asking women why they get paid less than men is like asking why men are more likely to die in the workplace than women. It's because men and women tend to work different jobs. Just like some jobs are more dangerous than others, some jobs pay more than others. And since men tend to work higher paying jobs, such as those in STEM fields, men tend to make more money. Even when you are comparing men and women working the same jobs, which factor into why men get paid more, such as the fact that men are more likely to work overtime, are more likely to ask for raises or promotions, are less likely to take time off, are more competitive, are more likely to take risks, prioritize earnings more than women, retire at a later age, and all these other things which studies have found. With all this taken into consideration, it's no wonder that men get paid more. Men work more. Really, I hate this. Could actually get away with paying women less. Don't you think they would just hire nothing but women to save money? Do you honestly think that corporations are such boys' clubs that giving advantages to men is more important to them than their rights and shareholder interests? Don't be stupid. And no, the fact that there are so few women in STEM fields has nothing to do with discrimination. In fact, surveys have found that there is a 2-to-1 preference for female applicants in STEM fields over equally qualified men. So the reason that there are so few women in STEM fields is because few women are interested in pursuing careers in STEM fields. If you want more women in STEM fields, then maybe you should be using your parents' money on it.
Yo, you're a
a
feminist. I hope you die.
Explain why the patriarchy isn't stopping women from dominating certain fields such as veterinary medicine, psychology, pharmacology, and biology. Furthermore, which is it, 77 cents to a dollar or 68 cents? I've also heard other feminists claim 72 cents. The fact that you can't keep your story straight kind of says something about it. And I'm really struggling to understand why you thought including this discrepancy in your video was a good idea. Maybe you should have let a man prove it. That was a joke. I know I have to explain it because you still understand jokes, but it was a joke, alright?
Why are you intimidated by a woman who needs more money? That's awesome. More money.
Why are you intimidated by my deep, booming, commanding, and sultry baritone voice?
Why are opinionated women seen as...
Oh God, no.
My wife, who's the smartest person I've ever known, told our daughter, and she has now told our granddaughters.
women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Opinionated men aren't seen as bosses unless they actually are somebody's boss. Otherwise, they're just called assholes. Unless, of course, their opinions disagree with you. In which case, they're kicked off your campus, banned from speaking at events, and told to stop mansplaining. Maybe that's why opinionated women like you are seen as bitches.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Because the jokes aren't meant to be taken seriously.
These people who are fucking offended by rape jokes don't even understand humor.
That's not a good enough answer, then let me ask you this. Do you speak up when your female friends make jokes that are offensive to men? No? Why not? Oh, because it's empowering, right? Fuck off. So I thought you said you were probably funnier than me. You think of yourself as a funny woman, but you don't want people making jokes that don't cater to your own personal needs. Stop trying to police other people's speech, you empty-headed idiot bone.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
I just love how you boldly assert that I am privileged without backing up that assertion at all, and then proceed to talk down to me in this condescending tone, like it's just so obvious it's such an unassailable argument. You are a bad person. Basically the same gender as Donald Trump does. To answer your question, it's because I don't have privilege. I really don't, but you do. I defy you to name one, just one, legal privilege that I have, which you don't also have, because I can think of several you have which I don't have. Let me list 10. Women are almost always divorced by default unless the man can prove she's unfit to care for them. See Misrepresentation of Gender Bias Committee of Massachusetts Supreme Court by Mark B. Rosenthal. This is despite the fact that children are twice as likely to be abused by their mother than they are by their father, according to page 49 of Child Maltreatment 2013, published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Women have more social safety nets designed for them, which is why they only make up 24% of the homeless population. This is in spite of the fact that 42% of homeless men are employed versus only 27% of homeless women. This is according to page 2 of Who is Homeless, published by the National Coalition for the Homeless, July 2009, and page 1 of Single Males, The Homeless Majority, published by Healing Hands in June 2001. Women get more lenient sentences for equivalent crimes. See Estimating Gender Disparities in Federal Criminal Cases by Sonia B. Starr, 2012. A woman can get a male coworker fired from his job simply by accusing him of sexual harassment even without proving it. It's so easy for a woman to get a man fired out of malice, and it happens so often that men are now starting to avoid women altogether in the workplace, refusing to mentor or help them. Kim Elsesser talks about this in her book Sex in the Office, 2015. In California, a woman can declare a man to be the father of her child and child support, and it's up to the man to prove that he isn't the father by taking a DNA test, and he only gets 30 days to do so. If he doesn't do it in that time, then a court can declare him responsible for the child, even if he proves he isn't the father later. A woman can sue a sperm donor for child support. A woman who gets pregnant with stolen sperm can sue the man she stole it from for child support. And before you argue that a man should keep it in his pants if he doesn't want to be a father, imagine if you heard a conservative Christian arguing against abortion by saying women should keep their legs together if they don't want to be mothers. I think you would lose your shit. A woman who gets pregnant by raping a man or an underage boy can sue him for child support. See Hermesman versus State. A woman can get an abortion in complete disregard to the wishes of the father. She doesn't even have to tell him she's seeking an abortion. A woman can also sue the father for child support if he wants nothing to do with the child. So basically, a woman can opt out of parenthood, but a man cannot. Domestic violence against women is actually taken seriously. Men are always presumed to be the aggressors in domestic violence cases, despite the fact that CDC statistics have found that more than 70% of non-reciprocated domestic violence is perpetuated by women. Even when a man is recognized as being a victim of abuse, he is almost always presumed to be at fault. People ask, what did he do to piss her off? So let me pose a question to you. Why are you so afraid of recognizing your privilege? You are that person recognizing something about it. Or do I already know you?
I love this dude. This video is called 36 Stupid Feminist Questions Answered by Dr. Sham. I still can't say his name. You guys have no idea how much I needed that. Oh, Jesus Christ, you get sting like that. Oh no. Oh, what? He has to hit me. Oh, they only carry 6 now? Hey man, or mine. Let's put it down together. Get out of here. Dude, don't scare me like that. You little bum. How did you get killed by the weakest gun? I hope you know that RPG doesn't have any ammo. And you still kicked it out. In the woods alone. I died because of you. Yo, how did I die because of such annoying? I have to see this reach. I need to do 3 more. you guys later.